Welcome to virtual reality. VRChat's a free game that lets anybody log in and talk to anyone else in the world in virtual reality.
And because it's the internet, naturally there's a lot of trolls and jerks in it.
But there's also a lot of people having really interesting conversations. Probably the most famous person doing this is a YouTuber from Toronto named Surmer.
So I decided to invite him over and find out more about it. When did you first start using VRChat?
It's been like a year and a half now that I've been hopping on here. And like originally I just sort of hopped on because of
the whole like shock value of everything.
Shock value, what do you mean?
There's just a lot of like strange things going on in VRChat. Like
just a lot of people doing things that were weird for the sake of being weird.
Hey everyone, raise your hand if you're horny.
Oh, me.
For the most part, VRChat is completely unmoderated. Everyone chooses an avatar and then drops into a virtual chat room.
Okay, the AirPods.
But when you get there, you run the risk of finding some pretty terrible stuff.
This one to this one? Wow, dude, you're a Nazi. Holy shit, dude.
What's your biggest video, your most successful video you've put up on YouTube?
Do you know already?
Spit on him. Spit on him, unbelievable. Spit on him.
Surmer's early videos capitalized on the worst parts of VRChat. His first successful video shows him hanging out with a bunch of trolls who are using stereotypical imitations of African people to harass other users. It has over 28 million views.
Will you give me the saki saki boom boom?
So a lot of people were upset about that.
Because it comes off as kind of racist. I mean,
I think you could. Yeah, I don't think it's that controversial whether or not it was racist. But it's like, that is what VR was at that time.
But as Surmer spent more time in VRChat, he started to think that maybe trolling wasn't the most interesting thing happening there.
One day when I was in VRChat, I bumped into some guy who was just like super, super drunk. And he just sort of like started going on about his life and having an existential crisis, I guess.
It's just so freaking mind-boggling that I have actually born when it's possible to freaking talk with people all around the world. So
it was the most human and like memorable conversation I had in VRChat up until that point, and that's when I sort of started seeing VRChat a little different.
As he had these conversations, Surmer would record the view from his own headset and post the videos online.
There, the kids were just ruthless. Like everywhere I went, I heard people saying like, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And they'd call me other things that I don't want to say, but...
And today, his YouTube channel is full of honest conversations with complete strangers. He calls it Humans of Virtual Reality.
I was born with a very rare skin disease. Any light friction, my skin will just scrape right off. It's like one of the most painful diseases on earth, which kind of sucks.
Behind their anonymous avatars, people open up to Surmer and talk about their darkest thoughts in ways they probably wouldn't in real life.
I spent time working on the music that I want to be played at my ceremony when I die, that sort of thing.
Do you get a lot of people asking for you to come interview them now that they've seen your videos?
Thousands. I have so many emails and people just messaging me on Twitter or Instagram wanting to explain their stories.
How do you feel about that? Because on one level, that's cool. On another level, it's sort of sad, isn't it? That means that there's thousands of people out there who feel like they don't have anybody else they can talk to.
You know, in a perfect world, everyone would feel heard all the time and have someone to tell all their issues to, but the world isn't like that. And to some extent, VR is able to fix that problem for people.
I didn't see what happened, but they told me that she hemorrhaged internally and died.
If you were able to say something to her now, is there anything that comes to mind?
I would just say I love you.
I feel like you've somehow stumbled onto and perhaps partially created the only wholesome thing there is on the entire internet.
Oh no, that's too much of a burden for me to carry.
Videos about trolling people might have given Surmer his first hit, but switching to intimate human stories is what gave him a fan base. He now has over 500,000 subscribers.
Okay. I dropped the portal. Okay, let's go.
Here we go.
Yo, Simon, aren't you that YouTuber guy?
You get recognized? Is this your handle?
He got recognized. He got recognized. I always wanted to be in one of your videos.
You're a legit VR chat celebrity.
Oh god, what an awful sounding title.
You're like Beyonce level, can't go outside without somebody coming up to you and asking to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm the Beyonce of virtual reality.
The park's so empty today.
In real life, between YouTube ads and a Patreon account, Simmer's able to make a living off of his videos.
Can I get a Crimson Berry iced tea and a Marrakesh mint iced tea?
Has all this VR chat experience, this thing you've been doing, has it changed the way that you look at the real world at all?
It's definitely given me a lot more questions about how human connections even work.
Yeah, I want to ride on that thing. Let's ride on that thing. All right, we're gonna race, okay, guys?
All right. VR is a way to escape, you know? Like I can be a frog.
If I can be a cat and talk to people using avatars, and we can somehow have a friendship that lasts years, there's no real precedent for that.
If you could tell everybody in the world one thing, what would it be?
Never let anything stop you.